Hey, JC here for retirecheap.asia. I see it comes up in my membership site, retirecheap.asia membership site, and also on YouTube's, that people are talking about maybe having a challenge with transportation or getting around if they come to Thailand. They have disabilities of some kind. It might be that they're not confined to a wheelchair, so to speak. It might be just a balance issue, an inner ear problem. They just don't feel comfortable on a two-wheel vehicle anymore. And they want to know, what are my options? Maybe they don't walk real good, they can still walk, but they can't climb stairs. So I want to address this. I think it's really important. Now we're going to address it in Chiang Mai. So if you're coming to Chiang Mai, this is what to expect. Let's go check out what the challenges and what the possibilities are for somebody with some disabilities are in Chiang Mai. So as you can see, like what they've done here, they've ramped the sidewalks. So in Chiang Mai, as you go around, you're going to see they're ramped so wheelchairs can actually go up and down them. But there's a challenge with this. So the challenge with this is that even though they set the sidewalks up to be able to be used for people in wheelchairs, you can see there's a challenge here. Because what they have a tendency of doing is moving things and putting things in the sidewalk which don't leave enough room for wheelchairs to get around. You'll see this with vendors, you'll see it with signs, you'll see it with posts, you'll even see it with trees. So this is the challenge, one of the challenges you're going to find if you're trying to get around on sidewalks in a wheelchair. There's another challenge as well that I'll show you in just a second. So one of the challenges you're going to find if you're using a wheelchair and you want to negotiate on your own and getting around and using the sidewalks, a couple things you're going to find. Sometimes that the ramps are broken and it might be a little challenging getting up and down them, but a more common thing is what I'm going to show you here. If I had to sum up Southeast Asian culture or people in one word, it would be opportunistic. And that means they're always looking for a way to make their life easier or a better situation. So what's going to happen, what you're going to encounter is you'll be going down the sidewalk and there'll be ramps, but you're going to find something like this, where somebody has parked and they parked in front of where it's ramped off to be able to get up and down. So you would not be able to get up and down this ramp. Now, speaking of that ambulance going by with a siren, another thing, if you're going to get around on your own, you're going to use the roads. A lot of people I've seen, well, not a lot, but a few people I've seen with wheelchairs, motorized wheelchairs or whatever, will just go down the sides of the road, close to the curb. If you're going to do that, what I suggest is that you get a long pole, okay, and you put a flag on it. Make sure the thing extends way above you. Put a pole up and put a little orange flag so that people going down the road, and there might be a car in front of them, will see that there's something in front of the car so they'll know you're there. Because you want to be noticed. This is a challenge. Also, the bicycle lights that we have that have the blinking lights on the back, you need to put these on your wheelchair as well if you're going to use the roads. Now, you can also, another thing to keep in mind, you can use public transportation. If you have a wheelchair and you want to use public transportation, you'd be able to stop a song towel like this and be able to put the wheelchair in. The people, if there's people inside, they'll be very patient and wait while you get help to get in, and then they'll slide the wheelchair in. You can use this, not a problem. It would be cheap, but you'd have to negotiate getting in and out. Same with a tuk-tuk. In some towns we have tuk-tuks. So, if you're going to use a tuk-tuk, you're going to have the same thing. You're going to be able to get in and out. It'll be a little more cramped, a little more difficult. This is more open, more room to get in and out. But you could use public transportation even with a wheelchair. Now, if you don't want to just roll around on the streets or on the sidewalks, we have a couple more options for you. So let's check out a couple more options as far as transporting yourself if you have a disability. Now, I've seen this place as I've driven by a couple times, and I don't know if they're customizing these bikes or if they're bought this way and resold. But check this little guy out. Now this is a Honda Gyro X. So it's got one wheel in the front and two wheels in the back. สวัสดีครับสบายดีไหม3 ล้อ2 ล้อนี่มันมี3 ล้ออันนี้ Honda เหรอ Honda จริงเหรออันนี้ดีสำหรับของเย่ใช่ใช่คุณพูดภาษาอังกฤษได้ไหมได้นิดหน่อย You speak a little English. How much is this? 30,000 บาท 30,000 30,000. Oh, very good. How many cc? 50 cc. 50 cc. Ah, 30,000 baht, 50 cc. This is perfect. Very good. Yeah, very stable. Yeah, it actually rotates as you turn. Then you take down. Oh, it's got a parking lot. Yeah, it's for parking. Oh, and so it rotates as you turn. It swivels. Wow. Automatic. Yeah, got a horn. Got to have a horn. Okay. And a rack on the front to tie stuff down. Wow, very good. 50 cc, 30,000 baht. So here you go. You wouldn't have to worry about blowing. Yeah, I like this. And this is for the windshield? Yeah. To put a windshield? Yeah, if you want to put a little windshield on too. Very cool. Well, there you go. This is an option as well. Very good. So here's a 3-wheel bike. Is this new or used? Second hand. Second hand. Oh, okay. And this one 30? New color. Oh, new color. I make new. Yeah, painted. Engine modified new. Ah, painted. And this one Gao Lao Doi. Okay, that's used. 30,000 also? 35. 35. Okay, this one's got set up with a front and back rack. This one has no front rack, but has a little back platform. Very cool. All right, well there you go. There's an option for you if you need some transportation, you have balance issues. Now, we'll see what else we got. Okay, if you go to a Big C or a Lotus, which are the big department stores, you don't have to try and get up and down with escalators. You can actually use elevators. They have elevators in these stores so you can get from the bottom level to the top level. So if you have a wheelchair or a baby stroller or something like this, it's no problem to get up and down. Now actually going up some of them, if you don't have the elevator, then you have to use what they have, the escalators. Now escalators sometimes going up are step escalators, but coming down you can see they have ramp escalators because of the shopping carts. And so, but you can always get up and down one way or another in these big department stores like Lotus and Big C. Also, we have a warehouse shopping, which is called Macro, which is similar to Costco in America. And they, too, are multi-level, but they'll have an elevator that goes up and down. But how about the malls? Let's go check out and see what they have in the malls as far as being able to get up and down or get access into the mall from the parking area. Okay, so here we are at Centron Airport Plaza in Chiang Mai. And it's called Centron to Thai people. If you hear Centron, it actually is Central Department Store. It's the high-end stores, but they don't pronounce the L, they pronounce it as an N, Centron. You might hear it called Robinson because Robinson's department store is in here as well. These are the high-end malls. We have in Chiang Mai, Bangkok, Pattaya, Phuket. They're building one in Lampang. There's one in Chiang Rai. This is where the high-end stores are. Now, if you want to come shopping here and you're in a chair, you can get up over the curbs with ramps, and once you get into the mall or at the mall, then you can go up the ramp. As you can see here, there's a ramp that takes you all the way up. So they're actually cognizant of people that are handicapped. I've now noticed them in bathrooms now. We're starting to get handicapped stalls, handicapped restrooms as well. for people to be able to get in and out of chairs that are actually separated from the men's and women's bathrooms. So they're also being aware of that need. So they're actually starting to make this very handicap friendly in this country. Well, let's go in the mall and see what's available as far as getting from floor to floor in one of these big malls. So as you can see, in the mall, we have elevators you can use to get up and down from floor to floor. So once you get into the mall, it's not a problem getting from floor to floor. Well, I hope this information has been helpful to people who are thinking about coming and moving to Thailand and have some disabilities and are worried about getting around. Now, one other thing I want you to keep in mind over here, you know, some of the rules and regulations we have for transportation in Western countries are a little bit different once you get over here. If you have a chair and you really want to have mobility, what I've seen, and I'm going to show you some still images or some videos as I talk about this. I did a video before about sidecars for motorbikes. In other words, you can get a motorcycle, you can have them build a sidecar, and you can put stuff in to travel around to transport stuff. You can actually even put little chairs or seats in that thing and be able to, you know, make it a family mobile, a Griswold mobile, if you know what that is. Inside joke for National Lampoon Vacation or something. Anyway, but what I've actually seen now is that they have cars made, carts, which they make the sidecar the cart itself. And they put a ramp on the thing where you can roll your wheelchair right into the thing, close up the back, and lock down the wheels of the wheelchair, and then you have the steering controls and the shifting controls for your hands to make the thing go. And so your seat is your chair, and the controls are normal controls except for a hand lever for shifting to make it into a motorbike. So you can actually use this to get around. Now we have special parking areas now for handicap in a lot of places, or you just can find a place. If you're handicapped, nobody's going to give you a hard time. This is one of those places where they don't want to make you feel bad. So you can find a place to park. It's not a problem. And so these are very cool. I've noticed a few of these. You can wheel your chair right into the thing. You got all the handles, controls, and everything just like a regular motorbike. So that's an option as well, something to keep in mind. I think it's one of the coolest options. So if you got a disability, remember, when it comes to getting around Thailand, there's always an option.